What had initially been designated as a day of sentencing for NYPD officer Peter Liang turned out to be a day on which the defense team presented its grasping at straws motion to have the case declared a mistrial. They argued that one of the jurors on the case had lied and had failed to admit to an anti-police bias. A rally was held up the block from the Brooklyn Supreme Courthouse, attended by supporters of Akai Gurley's family, including a group fighting for a $15 minimum wage.
Joseph. She was a cousin to Akai Gurley, and she is a Fordham student. We're going to be emceeing this press conference. We are here today because instead of sentencing Liang, we now have to wait until next week. But we decided that we're going to take the streets anyway.
That's right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. We decided that we're going to honor the memory of Akai by coming out here.
Yes, indeed.
And I want to thank all the activists and the families that are here. Because even though some of the family members aren't speaking, there are so many family members who know about the struggle of police brutality.
That's right.
We have members of Sean Bell's family here. We have members of Muhammad Ba's family here. We have Romani Graham's mother here. We have Chantel Davis's family here. We have the Bias family here. So many families.
Too many.
We have Nicholas Haywood here. People who have been fighting for 20 years plus for justice.
That's right.
So when we say we are all Akai, we are also all these family members.
Yes, yes,
because as long as there's police brutality, and as long as we see that the system plays tricks on families, we have a duty to be out here.
That's right.
So I want to first introduce Hortensia Peterson. Hortensia, as we call her, Auntie, to those who know her. If you don't know her, call her Hortensia. Has been fighting alongside myself and so many organizations here for 18 months.
I don't know about it.
Please welcome Auntie.
First, I want to thank the Fight for $15.
Yeah.
And everyone that's here. I want to thank everyone that sees that it's not right what the DA's office, what the judicial system, what the defense attorney is doing, the constant harassment, the constant pain that they enduring on this family. We still grieve for Kai. We went through a trial process with belief and hope that our family was on the road to seeking justice. The trial process was painful, emotional, stressful, and has taken a toll on our physical and mental well-being. The entire city of New York and even this country has been following this case. The trial and anticipation makes our hearts want to stop as we gasp for breath, praying that Peter Liang will be held accountable. We are obviously seeing that Peter Liang is reaping the benefits of being an officer. He is not a scapegoat. And I'm going to repeat that. Peter Liang is not a scapegoat.
That's right. That's right.
All of his different attorneys have tried to file for mistrial, and they did not get it. Why should they get it now? This is obviously their attempt to get him off. Stop with the tricks so that he can avoid accountability. Our family can't take it anymore. We have been through an emotional roller coaster. We are drained and outraged by the possibility that we may go through this all over again if there's a mistrial. Does the Brooklyn DA, Liang's office, Liang's attorney, and the justice system think this is some kind of a game? You're playing with people's emotional. You're playing with people's health. You're playing with people's lives. We We are disgusted with the justice system. Stop killing up high again and again with children. We want an end to this nonsense. Nothing. We want an end to this nonsense. While nothing can bring us high back into our lives, but we do want Peter Liang to be sentenced and serve jail time, just like any average civilian who's convicted of the same crime. We want justice for Kai Gurley, and we want this nightmare to end. Kai's life was important. Black lives matter. All lives matter when black lives will matter. Justice for Kai Gurley, justice for Sylvia Palmer, justice for Akila Gurley, justice for every family member standing here with me today that have yet to receive justice for their loved one being murdered. It's nuts. This is a modern day lynching. Every day you look in the news, another one of our children is falling by police brutality. Enough is enough, and we have to make our voices be known, heard, and let the system know, let these police department know that we are not going to take it anymore. You're not going to shut us down anymore. You're not going to shut us up anymore. Our voice makes a difference. United we stand, divided we fall. United we stand, divided we fall. United we stand, divided we fall. And we have to realize that they're trying to say that it's an Asian against the black. It is not. It's a people of color issue situation that's going on, and the system is trying to make it a race issue. It is not a race issue. It's a human issue. A life was taken. An innocent life was taken. And therefore, police officer or ex-police officer Peter Liang should be held accountable. How is it that he can blame everyone else, from the police training academy until even up to not having CPR? They did not pull the trigger. You, Peter Liang, pulled the trigger. You, Peter Liang, was the only one in that stairwell that night, along with your partner, Sean Landau. He did not pull his weapon. His life was not in danger. You felt your life was in danger. A Kai girl, you didn't see that bullet coming. But then you walk over that body that you shot. Is that justice? No. You want to come be held accountable? It is not. You have to think of a human life. First of all, you're going into a dark stairwell. Why on God's earth would you have your weapon out? It's dark. It is dark. Why would you have a weapon out? What happened to your flashlight that you had on your shoulder, on your pocket? What happened to the flashlight? You could have used it. If you had used it, a Kai Gurley would be here today. We would not be here we are today.
Absolutely.
So therefore, justice for a Kai Gurley. What do we want? Justice! When we want it? Now! If we don't get it? Shut it down! If we don't get it? Shut it down! We don't get it? Shut it down! If a Kai don't get it? Shut it down! If a Kyla don't get it? Shut it down! If Sylvia don't get it? Shut it down! What do we want? Justice! When we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! When we want it? Now! This message is for the DA office. You have sent a wrong message. This is unacceptable. This is a disgrace to your legacy. This should not have happened. But I serve a God that's mightier. I serve a God that said justice for his people. And we are going to get justice by any means necessary.
That's right.
The next speaker we have is Muhammad's boss mother. Please welcome Mrs. Boss.
Mrs. Boss.
Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
The criminal justice in America is wrong.
Yes.
We need changing.
Yes.
Our life is matter. Believe me, nobody wants to bury a loved one for discrimination or racism.
Yes.
Akaka did not deserve to die as he died.
Yes.
Like my son Mohammed was not supposed to die the way they killed him.
That's right.
They executed my son. He was an honor college student on his own home when he was sick, seeking for medicine. Amen. They executing and cover up.
Yes.
As you see all their family here, standing here.
Yes.
Both of us looking for justice for our loved ones.
Yes, yes.
We not deserve to be here like this.
Yes.
Nobody like to be here like this. We were forced. Our own is late already. But we want the future to benefit for our loss.
Yes.
And we want to keep our loved one name on the system. And changing the whole system is wrong.
Right.
As you see this mother, as you see this father, as you see the parent who here, we should be here to celebrate their graduation. We should be here to celebrate their marriage.
Yes.
We should be here to celebrate
right.
something
Talk about that.
positive, not a negative.
Talk about
We're sick and tired to bury our loved one. We want justice. Justice for everyone.
Yes.
Justice for the innocent victim for
Yes,
racism.
justice.
Justice for
Justice.
innocent victim for discrimination. Thank you.
I just want to say, out of solidarity, when the family members are speaking, we have to remember to be quiet, to listen to them. It's very hard for them to speak about their trauma and what's going on and what happens to their families. And I understand what our brothers and sisters were doing, but please just keep it to a minimum so we can hear them.
Next we will have Marley Graham's mother, Constance Malcolm. She's been standing with my family from day one. Now, Thompson, you shouldn't have did what you did. He was found guilty of the crime that he committed. Any one of us else would have committed that crime. We wouldn't have get a house arrest for 6 months. That's right. That's justification time for them. We see that too often. We want them to do the time for the crime they committed, like any other citizen in this country. We can't tolerate this anymore.
That's right.
No more. If we got to get uprising and let people know, this is crap. I'm just going to say straight, this is crap. Our kids are getting killed every day on a daily basis, and nobody is paying the consequence for it. That's right. Nobody cares about our kids. When they're gonna start paying attention. It seems like the only time to pay attention when the city get uproar. I'm not saying to do that.
Yes, I'm saying.
You know, but that's the only way they just need to understand our pain. We lost our loved one. And it takes us day by day to get up and come out here and fight. But we know we have to do it. It's not only for our loved one, it's for y'all. Uncle, we can't bring our loved one back, but we could try to make changes. I know it's going to probably take a little while because voters' right is coming one day. But we all got to stick together. That's right. And show that we united, we stand divided. We can't be divided. Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a few words about Ms. Constance. We know what the DOJ did to her case and to her son. But we will continue to stand by Ms. Constance because it takes a lot.
I just want to say something else.
Sorry, go
ahead. My family is calling for all the police officers to be fired. Not just Richard Hayes. It was at least 12 officers that was involved in the cover-up and everything else that happened in my house. So we calling for all of them to be fired. We have a petition right now that's going on call up
Good.
We want people to go there. And we also have a number for the Mayor de Blasio office because we're going to make sure if he doesn't do the right thing, he won't get another 4 years. He was supposed to get rid of stop and frisk, which he didn't. That's right. He didn't do that. And then we get more people, young and black men,
is getting frisked even more and getting killed.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're gonna tell de Blasio, you don't do the right thing. I've been asking for a meeting for 2 months, and I still can't get it. Not even that respect he could give me to sit down with me and let me know these officers' names. So guess what, Mayor de Blasio? You're only gonna get 4 years if you don't meet with me, because I'm gonna make sure that campaign for your ass. That's right.
She really will. She's not lying. So I just want to say, like what she was saying, stand in solidarity with her. When there's actions uptown, go.
Yeah.
When there's street meetings uptown, go. The petition that she's signing, go. And sign it. Be part of it, because we have to keep struggling. It's not over. So thank you so much. So I'm going to say some names. Tamir Rice. And the reason why I mention his name is because he was 12 years old and was killed in Ohio. And I bring it up because Kamani Gray's mother is here, and she's gonna speak. Her son wasn't even 18 when he was stolen by the NYPD. Wow. We have to understand that our communities are in danger, no matter what age our children are. And one of the things that I want to say in terms of what Ms. Constance said, we have to protect each other. We have to stand and unite with each other, because obviously they're not doing it. And we see that every 28 hours. Because if Tamir Rice can be killed for being in a park in broad daylight, what does that say about any one of us? We have young children in this crowd. We have police officers in the school. We have to fight. So please welcome Kamani Gray's mom.
I tell you that none of these mothers already said. All I'm saying right now, today we're here standing with one mother, one born for justice, and one family. Okay? This same office, Ken Thomas' office, threw my son to the ground. Decided that I wouldn't get the faith to see the police officers in court and murdered my son. Didn't even give me a phone call. How is it a mother gonna wake up one morning and see the papers, oh, cops are not indicted? Ken Thompson, you failed me, but you're not gonna fail Akai Gurley's family today. Today, killer cops get away with killing Kimani Gray. Killer cops get away with killing Chantal Davis, Ramali Grimes, and so many more. Eric Garner. But we're not gonna stop today. We need closure, and we need justice. So we're standing there with the Gurley's family to put this to rest. This is not only a slap, an insult. Yes. Just a big part of like covering up the racism under the mat, like just shoving under the mat, using smoke screen. At first, I'm gonna be honest, my people, I didn't agree with what this officer was going through, but I know it was an escape goat to cover for all the officers that got away with all these crimes, all these murders, but a rented cop. But today, the way Ken Thompson is disrespecting Miss Gurley and Akai, I can't speak for himself. Today, we need justice, and we need to stand up for all. Some of us might not get it, but today, Akai will get it, okay? Peter Liang has to go to jail. He do the crime, Peter Liang, I'm sorry. You gotta do the time, my son. You gotta do the time.
Please give Ms. Baez a warm round of applause.
I know that thing because I've been through it. Number one, you forgot that was a human being. You chose to kill the children. It was only you who chose. There was another police there. But you chose to say, to look for that bullet. That was to say, like you say, of war. For incident, call it an incident. But you forgot that there was a human being laying down on the floor bleeding to death, and you didn't call for help. You didn't call 911, you didn't call, tell your officer to go get help. You called for you to try to watch your back and to take care of you. When that was a human being laying down on the floor. Yes!
Y'all had
when he was a human being laying down on the floor. You should be ashamed of yourself.
That's right.
Because I know your family didn't raise you like that. So, you have to pay the consequences of what you did. You neglected to save a life, and in the menu of the police, you're supposed to take care, protect the community that you serve. And right there you did not. You broke all the protocols that you were supposed to protect. So, you are guilty in the were guilty in the court, you were guilty out in the street, and you're guilty with us here. So, Liang, I'm sorry, I feel your pain, but you gotta feel our pain.
That's right.
We were a human being, and your mother thinks you're a human being, that you should not be locked up. I think you're a human being, but you still should be locked up for taking a human being. No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
I am very outraged and sick today. Peter Liang should be in prison right now.
Yes, for sure.
He shot and killed an innocent man. He was tried and he was convicted. He was also caught in many lies on the stand. I sat there during the trial and listened to the cover-up that this man did, or what he said. And let me tell you also, the story that they used to cover the murdering cop that killed Peter Liang is the same story of Nicholas Jr. 22 years ago. Nicholas Jr. was shot, killed by a rookie cop, dimly lit stairwell. They say things happened in a split second and the gun accidentally discharged after the officer, Brian George, opened the door with the same hand he had the gun in. And the gun accidentally went off. Same, absolutely, and that's what it was, an excuse and a cover-up. In a deposition that was done on Brian George 3 years after the murder of Nicholas Jr., Brian George himself stated that things did not happen in a split second, the stairwell lighting was not dim, and that when he opened the stairwell door, no one was there.
Right.
My lawyer asked him, what happened? What did you do? He said Nicholas jumped back down the steps, jumped back up the steps, then jumped back down again, pointed the plastic toy gun at him, and he said he heard 3 clicks. And that's when he shot my son. The most ridiculous and outrageous story that I heard. I've been fighting for the last 22 years to get this case reopened. Just like all of these cases, this is something we need to understand. All of these cases are being covered up. Every last one of them. From Nicholas Jr., the Byers case, the Crawley case, all of these cases, the Molly Graham case, all of these cases you need to understand are being covered up. The Kinky Gray case, the gun that they say that he had resembled the same gun that they say Monteek Smalls, also an innocent young man who was murdered in the Gowanus houses. They said the gun looked exactly the same. As far as I'm concerned, those were throwaway guns that they are putting on our youth after they shoot and kill innocent children. We need to continue to rally and protest, and we also need to ask ourselves a question. How long are we going to continue to accept this?
No more.
How long?
No more.
No more.
How long, baby?
No more.
Absolutely. We are sick. I know myself, I'm sick and tired of this. This needs to end. And we are the ones who is going to have to put an end to it. Peaceful protesters after they murder our children. No jail time for the cop. They cover it up, and then we supposed to accept it. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
It's on us, people. Thank you.
Do I really need the bullhorn?
Yes.
All right, the people have spoken. So the next and last family member that we're having speak, I'm happy that we're ending on this note. One of the things sometimes that happens in the police brutality struggle is that we forget the women that are killed by the NYPD or all the PDs. A few years ago, Chantel Davis in Brooklyn was dragged out of her car and shot by NYPD officers. She wasn't doing anything but going about her business, and she was murdered. We are all under attack by police brutality. It affects all of us. So please welcome Chantel Davis' sister to the bullhorn.
She's emotional whenever she talks about her sister, but it's okay. We all feel okay. We think this is a pain. The sister leaves the family members.
That's right.
This is what happens.
We support you.
Got it.
June 14th is going to be 4 years that my sister was murdered by Detective Philip Atkins.
Put your mic down.
Get the bullhorn.
You got something to say.
It's coming up on 4 years that my sister was murdered by Detective Philip Atkins on Church Avenue in Brooklyn. If you Google Chantel's name, all you see is that she was a criminal, that she was arrested a few times, and all they did was dehumanize her. And we couldn't even mourn for her properly. We had to go straight into action. I'm new to this struggle, and I can only thank the family that's here behind me, because I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do. It's 4 years, and they're still investigating what happened. Had it been anyone else, they would have been in jail already. Philip Atkins is what we call, in my neighborhood, Bad Boy Atkins. He sold drugs. He choked women out. He did everything that you could think of that you see in movies is what this police officer did. And now he's at One Police Plaza, so I hear, on a new assignment. After my sister was shot, dragged out of the car, and told to shut the fuck up, but she said she didn't want to die. So I continue to fight, and I continue to stand by all these families. Auntie, she became my aunt first. And I just fight off of the strength of everybody else. Kamani was killed 9 months after on the same strip by the same narcotics squad.
67 precinct.
And nothing. You get no respect. You have to keep fighting and marching, and you can't even sit. Every single day I have to look at my sister's picture. I have to show my 6-year-old daughter what her aunt looks like. She was 23 years old. She lived 3 weeks into her 23rd birthday. May 26th is her birthday, and I have to go visit her at the cemetery. I'm not going to stop fighting for her. And on June 14th, I want everybody to come out on East 38th and Church Avenue, because we're going to celebrate Chantel.
Fight for your human rights.
So I want to thank everyone that came out today. And I want all these police officers that's over there looking. One day, your loved one will have a hashtag.
Come on now.
Just like hashtag Chantel Davis, hashtag Akai Gurley, hashtag Kamani Gray, hashtag so many.
Yes, it is.
We are sick and tired of learning new names.
Yes.
This is the devastation that the family members have to go through on a daily basis. Right now, my sister, Sylvia Palmer, is in heavy depression. Why? Because she sees that she's not getting any justice for her son. Her son was murdered, cold-blooded, by Peter Liang. This is what we have to go through every every day. The ups, the downs, just looking at the pictures of our loved ones, they're just a memory to us now. It should not be that way. Their lives matter. It might not have mattered to Peter Liang.
Yes.
It might not have mattered to the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office. We are here today seeking and hoping that this judge on this trial, on this court case, will do the right thing and render justice where justice needs to be served. And that is Peter Liang going to jail. Not house arrest, not 500 hours of community service. Because my question to the DA is, had it been a Kai girlie that shot Peter Liang, would you, Ken Thompson, would you have recommended no jail time for Kai girlie? So why on God's earth do you think that you can be judge, juror, and prosecutor at the same time? This has got to stop. You are not God. You cannot think that it's okay to play with people's lives. No, it's not okay. A Kai girlie lives matter. Every member here today, their life matters. What happened if it was your loved one? Would you not want justice? Well, we want justice for Kai girlie, those before him, those after him. And we already know that there's more to come after those. So what do we want? Justice! When we want it? Now! When do we want? Justice! When we want it? Now! If we don't get it? Shut it down! If we don't get it? Shut it down! If we don't get it? Shut it down! $15, leave it up to me, it'll be $20 an hour. But it's not up to me. You understand?
Unsuccessful in his bid for a mistrial, Liang left the building to return for sentencing on Tuesday, April 19th.
Watch your back.
Hold up. Wait, we ain't gotta push her.
No, she's good. She's good. She's good.
Problem in this city cannot distract us. There must be justice for all. When a juror has a problem, it is not meant to be to a jury floor. When you see a juror who has done it, that does not bring about justice. That simply creates more injustice. Accountability does. Authority.
So everyone needs to be justice in here.
Of that building. The New York City Police Department, and it's having two city officers together, are in of that building. And they are filling how many lots unless and until we recognize, we come together and we recognize that what we must do is we must address the real problem of injustice and not simply the emotions that are going on here. And that's what we need to do.
Accountability. He killed someone. It's about human life.
And it's not about a scapegoat either. Oh, not about a scapegoat. A scapegoat is somebody that did nothing. Peter Liang pulled that trigger. That is not a scapegoat. A scapegoat did nothing and got pinned on it. He pulled the trigger. He needs to go to jail. The whole thing is, it's a human life.
You took an oath to serve and protect. So therefore, you did the crime, you must do the time. The time is jail. Had it been a Kai Gurley, would the Brooklyn DA recommend no jail time? Would he recommend house arrest? Would he recommend community service? You can't do this. You can't play politics with each other's lives, with everybody else's lives. Enough is enough. We stand. So many families are standing, not only here in New York, but nationwide, because we're tired. Our voices must be heard. Someone has to listen. If it means that Peter Liang go to jail, you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. And today is a small victory. Peter Liang must go to jail. Peter Liang must be held accountable. It's no way you can continue to blame everyone else. Everyone else did not pull that trigger. Peter Liang did. Peter Liang's mom, she have her son. She can go visit him. Sylvia Palmer and Kenneth Palmer has to travel 870 miles one way to see their son. Is that justice? A Kyla Gurley has to grow up not having a father, not knowing what it is to have a father's love. It has to stop. Accountability begins with Peter Liang. And not only that, it sends a message to these other cops. You cannot keep murdering innocent lives and not be held accountable. Enough is enough.